Hello everyone! Sasura here with more Final Fantasy XI content. Right now we have me here in Windhurst Woods, right in front of Privashai for our next Ranger quest. This one shouldn't be too bad, but we do gotta go visit some people, talk to some people. Then I'm gonna change to be a monk to do the quest, just to make it a little easier to do the fight. As per usual, there is a fight in this particular quest. The one who follows you here. Privashai, there is something I wish to ask you. Please, give me an answer. And what might that be, Semilafina? You wish to ask me about the lost Bow of Light? No, not that. It's about my past. I realized something with all the talk of the Bow of Light. The Sibyl Guards, every one of us were prisoners in Australia 20 years ago. I listened to everyone's stories, and they all have memories of being saved by that bow. But for some reason, I have no recollection of it. I was one of those prisoners as well, wasn't I? I was taken in by Heaven's Tower to keep the secrets of the Bow of Light hidden from the world. Or was there some other reason that only affected me? I don't know how you managed to erase the scent of sin from me, but I must be the sinner's. Semilafina, I swear on the Azure Bow, you are not the sinner's daughter. Then why? The Mithrin tracker assured me there was no record of my parents, and there's one thing I dimly recall. At the time of the Great War, I remember my twin-stone earring was switched with another. My past. Why? Why doesn't anybody know about my past? I meant to tell you after all this was over, but I have no choice. Go to Mora and meet with Ko Lembalalako. If you take the twin-stone earring I entrusted to this adventurer, she will talk with you. Okay. So, as per usual, if you are trying to go from the last quest to this one directly, you'll have to zone out and zone back in to get it to appear to start. So, we are going to head right back to Mara and speak to Ko again, because she is the next part of the story. Okay, here we go. Travel to another pump point. We're going to Koboshushu. There you go. Oh, Mara. I do actually want to go there. Thank you. All things considered, this may end up being one of the shorter quests I do tonight. Okay, off we go. There's a lot of people that come here because Ambuscade takes place in Mora now, and we did a few ambuscades. It's actually kind of difficult to do a trust. It's one of those things that you want to have other players to do with, which is kind of cool that they're still adding stuff like that. Why? You're the one who was in the employ of Chieftainess Privashai? The Mithrin Tractor appears to be widening her search for information on the Bow of Light. Miro, what are you doing here? This is my problem, and I'll thank you to keep your paws off of it. Out of it. You! That isn't... Then you must be the one taken in by Heaven's Tower. I was told by the Chieftainess Privashai that you had information about my past. Who does this twin-stone earring belong to? The twin-stone earring I carry does not match the one I received from the Chieftainess. It is the earring that was switched for the other when you were but a child. Yes, that is your original twin-stone earring. So it was switched. Yes, by your mother's request. To help the sinner's daughter escape, your mother gave her earring to the sinner. Why would my mother do such a thing? You know the story of the company that was held captive in Castle Shoja 20 years ago, and how the sinner and her child were with them? Paravashai was deeply troubled over whether or not to send the child back to the homeland. One night, the chieftainess came to me. She would report to the homeland that the sinner and her daughter had both perished in Castle Shoja at the hands of the Yagado. And proof of her identity, it was necessary to swap the twin stone earrings. Yes. At the time, we were unaware of the scent that lingers on the sinner. We believed that everything would be solved. Using my mother's tear earring to help the sinner, but how can I forgive something like that? All of this was done for the bow of light carried by the sinner, right? At this point, you wouldn't believe anything I had to say. What I can tell you is, the twin stone earring you hold, the one that really belongs to you, the other half can be found in the Northlands. The Northlands? Where my mother died? I do not know if the one who holds it still lives. I know only that 20 years ago she traveled with the escort to the Northlands. I have no real desire to see my mother who would lead me to travel to the Northlands, but since I have come this far, I will go. Both you and the chieftainess seem to wish it so. Miro, I have one thing to ask of you. Could you please bring me a gold earring? I've heard it's very useful. If you can bring me that, I will tell you a little more of the story. It's interesting how she doesn't want Leiko to know the rest of this story, I guess. Okay. Well, good thing here is you have access to a gold earring already. I just bought mine on the auction house. They're pretty cheap. But you can get them on... you can get them from the Bard Conquest Records of Eminence mission too. So, that's pretty handy. Maybe just be the first time you do it, but either way, getting one from that is pretty simple. Thank you, adventurer. With this in hand, the child's long, hard journey will be made a little easier. Now, let me tell you what really happened those 20 years ago. When we were imprisoned by the Yagado in the Marifatad Mountains, only the fire chieftain, Nev Befrathi, managed to escape. However, this left her daughter, Siu Befrathi, in the clutches of the Yagado. To save her daughter, Chieftainess Nev Befrathi ran into the nearby camp of Pirivashai and her elite warriors. For the chieftainess, this act was akin to jumping right back into prison, but it was the only option she had left for her daughter's rescue. After hearing the words of Nev Befrathi, Pirivashai immediately led her warriors on a raid of Castle Astroja, not waiting for the dawn. The power of the Bow of Light was incredible to behold. Even so, many warriors lost their lives that day. When we finally escaped the castle, only a handful of warriors remained. In that battle, Chieftainess Pirivashai lost the light, and Nev Befrathi her life. Left behind were the sinner's daughter, Siu Befrathi, and the Bow of Light. We did our utmost to deceive everyone. Semilafina must have learned something in the Northlands by now. Please travel to the Northlands to look for a cave near Castle's Val. And if you happen to meet someone there, please give her my letter. What do you mean she must have learned something in the Northlands? She's been there for like 8 seconds. Alright, we got Ko's letter. Okay. We're gonna go back to Sandoria, home point 3 in southern Sandoria for a moment, as I'm gonna go swap my job back to Monk. And then we're going to kick some butt. Okay. So, first things first, around the corner we go. Okay, And I'm just gonna change the main job. I don't care about my sub job. I can stay dancer. I'll tell you one thing, I am glad I leveled dancer for these. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to get around in some of these other areas. Okay, no, not gonna change my job, my save. Okay, we are gonna go to Sandoria, Northern Sandoria, home point 1. Okay, and then from here we're going to Zarkabard. Up by Castle's Val, but not into Castle's Val. My cat just hopped up to say hello. Right? Should be getting a cutscene here. Miro! Why have you come? You don't need to be here. This is a dreadful land. A place where even a person alone can barely sneak through. That someone could be living in this accursed god-forsaken place is difficult to believe. Only I found this on one of the monsters from around here. It's a broken arrow, but it glows strangely in a way that I have never seen in Winders, or anywhere else for that matter. This arrow may have been loosed from the Bow of Light, which means the Bow of Light would also be here somewhere. In any case, I must get closer to Castle's Val. Take care of yourself, Miro. The event of the Bow of Light, we actually got to see that in the Winter's Past storyline as well. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to a cave at E7. That should be up north. Literally just by Rangamo Pass there. Okay. Well, the beautiful thing about this area, there is a shadow dragon right there, is I can mount up and not have to worry about anything chasing me. Let's ride the normal crab. Alright. So it's going to be a fair run to get over there. Yeah, Zarkabard's a nice area. I actually really like the aesthetics of this area. I've said it before in other videos, but I like snowy areas for how they look. Just, there's something really dreary about them. And FF11, I feel, with its graphics, like textures and quality, did a really good job of making this place seem just miserable in atmosphere. And given what this place represents, that's a good job. At least in my opinion. Okay, so the cave we're looking for is at E7. We're at F7. Looks like get up there. Okay. So we should. I'm gonna summon some chests here. I don't need their help per se, as usual, but they're very handy for just for their haste abilities. It's a tiger. Okay, it's Königstiger. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's basically German for King Tiger. Look at those hits. 900 and 700. 1,000. 1,440. 4. Alright. So I think we then examine it again. Nope. Alright. Oh, there's somebody else here. Dictature. Alright, so now we have to go to someplace at E8. A cave at E8. I think that's it right there. Okay, we should get a cutscene. Miro, did you find anything strange about that cave? I can't imagine that anyone would be in there, but still, there's something. I feel some sort of presence from within. Who's there? This arrow. An azure arrow. You were sent by Private Eye? I am Samuel Lafina, Sibyl Guard of Windhurst. That voice. We are of the same tribe. If you're not an enemy, then show yourself. Samuel Lafina. You're... Yes, I am the daughter of Nebrefrathi, the Fire Tribe Chieftainess. I am Sibyl Befrathi. The daughter of... You were supposed to have died 20 years ago. Private Eye arranged it so I could escape. She said that I could make it as far as this place. The Mithrin tracker would not be able to follow. Come inside. It is not safe to talk here. I will tell you what you wish to know. First, let me speak of the Bow of Light. The Bow of Light is famous for its power, but it's not originally the weapon carried by the chieftainess of our tribe. It is something that Yorabna found in this forsaken land and brought back to the tribe 30 years ago. No, what she actually brought back was the large gem that was embedded in the bow's shaft. Rabta was the first used this then to create the Bow of Light, a weapon even more powerful than the chieftainess bows of flame. The bow did not even bring light as it was intended. It was a bow that stole the light from my people. My mother, the chieftainess, insisted the bow be taken back to where it belonged. It carried with it the taint of this accursed place. It would surely have brought ruin upon the tribe. The tribespeople, however, were already divided over whether to keep the bow. And then something terrible happened. A fiendish creature appeared before Rabna, almost as if the gem had called to it. She was slain by the fiend, and my mother disgraced by her inability to avert the tragedy. 30 years ago, roped Rabna. She was a member of the team sent to investigate this area, wasn't she? Yes, you're right. It wasn't until 10 years after my mother was imprisoned that we discovered the fiend was actually the Shadow Lord. When she learned of this, my mother escaped from her prison and headed for the Northlands. As the chiefess of the Fire Tribe, she sought to exact revenge for her people. She was captured by the Yagado before she reached her destination. Yes, but I will carry out her revenge. I have returned with the gem, the magicite taken by Yo Ravnata, to purify this accursed land. You will never accomplish that alone. This is true, but you are Mithra, you should understand. We are one with nature and cannot ignore her call to help. I have resolved to spend my remaining days in this land, a land abandoned by the Mithra hundreds of years ago. Do not concern yourself with my safety. I have survived here for 20 years. I have been more worried about you. When Private Shy brought sin upon herself by letting me escape, you would also be held accountable. It seems the Mithran Tracker didn't explain that part to you. I would be. What did you just say? Please take this. It is the Bow of Light with the Magicite removed. If you give this to the Tracker, everything should be resolved. Take this Twinstone earring also. It is the one given to me by Pure Fish Eye to disguise my identity. All will become clear to you when you unite the Twinstone earring that you carry. It matches. My mother and I, we owe you and your mother our eternal gratitude. Goodbye, Sibyl Guard. Interestingly enough, if you examine this again, was there something else? A letter from Kolambalalako? There's a name I haven't heard in years. Thank you, adventurer. I wish for you to have these. She gives you 99 ice arrows. Pretty cool, right? Alright. Let's use our war brain. Okay, once our war home point appears, I'm gonna go back to Windhurst Woods and talk to Private Shy again. Windhurst Woods. Home point 1. Fortunately, home point 1 is the closest one. I said this one would be quicker, but unfortunately, it wasn't that much quicker. Actually, let's go to the home point 2 real quick. Or 3? 3. Have to make a quick stop because I want to finish this as Ranger so we can show you the new gear piece right away. And my nose feels like it's freezing because it's so cold here. Okay, change jobs, main job, support job, main job. Back to Ranger. See my house, Vanadil clock, star globe bed, fish tank on the floor, a lion statue. Actually, there's an Aphmouse statue I can buy now. I should go do that. Anyway. Banners of all the areas we've conquered, I mean, did the quests for. Alright, that's irrelevant. Let's go turn in this quest. Okay. From here, we're going to travel to Winders Walls Home Point 1, or Winders Wood Home Point 1, and now we're going to go see Private Shy. It's going to be nighttime in game as well. Kind of funny that most of the time spent here, I've actually been. It already is nighttime actually. It's past midnight in game, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like the sun's still going down. It's weird. Anyway. It's been mostly day most of the time I've been here, which is funny because whenever I'm playing FF14 it feels like it's always nighttime. I now have the Bow of Light in my possession. The Magicite that gave this bow its accursed power has been returned to the land where it belongs. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, Semilafina, for retrieving it from the wilds of the Northlands. It was not I who found the bow. The honor belongs to the adventurer Miro. I see. I have much to thank you for. Ah, but the words of thanks have little value to an adventurer, do they? Instead, I will give you these. It is my pair of hunter's socks. Please take them as a symbol of my respect for your skill as a ranger. Also, Chieftainess Pravishai, I leave this land behind me to begin my next hunt. And just like that, she leaves. The tracker's real task here was most likely the destruction of the Bow of Light, and not catching the sinner? I don't know for certain, but the homeland was definitely more concerned about the Bow of Light than the sinner's daughter. In that case, the Magicite's power must truly be dreadful. Magicite resembles crystals, or rather, the power contained in Magicite is similar to, or perhaps greater than, the power that contained in crystals. But both are natural creations. The power of Magicite is an ominous, cursed energy, and the manifestation of evil that we cannot tolerate. The chieftainess of the Fire Tribe, Nev Befrathi, knew this, and after seeing the bow for ourselves, the Mithrin tracker and I knew it too. That crystal calls to those of Mithrin blood. It awakens feeling and envy, of jealousy. It darkens the nature of the heart. Nev Befrathi and her daughter, however, had the strength to resist its influence. Even though they used the bow, the light in their hearts remained. I understand now. Pravishai, you lost the light when you drew back the string of that accursed weapon. Yes, I saw the power of that bow and closed my eyes to it. You desire nothing in the world where you see nothing. There is nothing to be afraid of. I respect you, Pravishai. I don't know if I could have done the same in your place. But for that, I twisted the path you were to walk. To save Sibyl Guard, I erased the existence of my own daughter. Pravishai, I have no feelings of hate towards you. It is my duty to listen to this voice of nature. I will come to see you again. Until then, may the wind guide your steps. Footsteps. Alright, there we go. We got our hunter's socks. Unfortunately, that's all we're going to get for Ranger. Well, let's check them out. Probably choose. Yeah. They'll give you HP plus 10, agility plus 4, evasion plus 5, and they enhance the scavenger effect. It's funny because we could have used those for an earlier mission. They kind of match the raptor outfit I have on. It's kind of cool. Alright guys, that's it for the Ranger quest. I hope you enjoyed them. Join me next, as I think the next one we are working on is gonna be Dragoon. Alright guys, have a good one. See you later.